Welcome back to our live coverage here at the AWS Summit in New York City, Adrian. We're here. Oh.
We are here together, buddy. Thank you for getting me roped into this mess.
You got it. I'm one of your hosts. I'm a developer advocate here at AWS, and we are joined by a very important set of guests. But first, Adrian, tell them about you.
Hey everyone, my name is Adrian San Miguel. I'm a principal partner enterprise architect here at AWS, working with technology partners just like our guests. So I'd love to hand it over to you, Dave. Would you mind introducing yourself?
Sure. Hi, I'm Dave Salvatore with NVIDIA. I'm a director of accelerated computing products. And with me to my right here is Rohil. Rohil, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hey everyone, my name is Rohil Bhargava. I'm a senior product marketing manager here at NVIDIA, focused on cloud infrastructure.
Okay, so everybody loves talking about agentic AI right now. That's on everybody's mind. That's what we're here to talk about during this segment as well.
Yes,
you want to give us an overview quickly of NVIDIA's agentic AI product suite?
Sure. So we do a ton of work around agentic. A lot of it involves enabling others to be able to build their models and to build their applications. But one thing in particular we've worked on is something called Nemotron. And this is a set of technologies that we've used to enhance a lot of open community models, like Llama, for instance, where we now have what's called Llama Nemotron, where we take what is an open community model, and then we do a lot of optimization around it. We also build reasoning capabilities into it, and then we make those models available to the community for them to go ahead and use. And then if they want to go ahead and further tweak or optimize them, they can do that as well.
I love it. And if I'm building an AWS, where do I go to get access to Nemotron model?
So these models are available in the marketplace.
Okay,
love that. And you can just grab them right there. And then we also have demos of these available on build.nvidia.com, which we'll show you in just a minute.
Okay.
So, you hear that?
I did hear.
Okay.
And that is quite telling. And so, sorry, I had to.
Show, not tell.
Question though. We are hearing a lot from customers and from partners alike about the different type of problems and use cases that they're starting to go out and tackle with agentic AI. What would be one of those that you would maybe recommend that they start pursuing, leveraging the Nemotron models?
Well, I mean, it's more like what problems can't it solve, right?
Fair.
Because they are incredibly versatile models. But I mean, initially it's things like, as an example, a research agent is a great example of doing, market research. Or in some cases, you can even do things like building out marketing plans or building out even business strategy plans. In terms of basically amplifying the abilities of the people on your team to do their work sort of better, stronger, faster. But also to just, really help them, be able to do more and get it done more quickly.
Interesting. It's interesting you picked research. Most of the time that I get to spend with partners is helping them figure out the next market fit, the next thing they should go build, pursue, investigate. I could see that taking myself personally anywhere between hundreds to thousands of hours to actually having a hypothesis to go out and test.
Right.
I can imagine something like this being carved down to hours, minutes maybe.
Yeah. Well, one example I'll give you is I use these models on a regular basis to do a scan of sites like, for instance, archive.org, where a lot of academic papers are getting published. And a lot of those are kind of signals about what might be coming next to the market. And so it's a great way to sort of kind of do some trend spotting on sites like that and other sites, that are kind of covering the where AI is going type, trend lines, and to be able to understand where we think, the next big breakthrough might come.
Now, you said earlier we've got some demos on build.nvidia.com.
We do.
Yes, we do.
You want to take us there?
Rohil.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you can see my screen right now, I'm on build.nvidia.com.
All right.
And on that website, we have a whole catalog of AI models that you can take and deploy on AWS. An example of one of those models is the Llama Nemotron model that Dave just talked about. And I'm on that model card right now.
Okay.
And we can experience the model right here. And it's actually accelerated by DGX Cloud. So let's ask it a question, maybe describe the partnership between AWS and NVIDIA. And you'll see, you can see it thinking. It's got incredible reasoning capabilities, which enhances its accuracy. And you'll see in just a moment that it spits out a very great answer that's coherent and structured.
Is it?
So these models, if you're happy with the experience, you can actually take them and deploy them on AWS. And as we were talking about earlier, these are available on the marketplace in two different configurations. One is our super model with 49 billion parameters. And the other one is a nano model, 8 billion parameters. So depending on your use case, whether it's an edge deployment or a smaller deployment or a more cost-efficient deployment, you can choose what size of the model that you'd like. And these are also available to deploy today on Amazon SageMaker Jumpstart and Bedrock Marketplace. And we have a great blog to walk developers through how you can actually do that. And I'm sharing the blog right now.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm sure we'll drop the link into the chat as well. Chat seems to be going out with different ideas and thoughts. Question that I personally have, is this something that anybody of any level of sophistication, familiarity, or even in my instance, capability can go out and start deploying and start putting pen to paper to go and start solving these hard problems? Or is there a level of familiarity that you would recommend that folks have when getting started?
Well, I'd say you'd certainly want to have a basic understanding of the AWS environment and how to deploy on it, right? And how to kind of move through the marketplace, how to take models from the marketplace and deploy them on your instances, right?
Okay.
That said, we do try to make it as turnkey as we can to make it as easy as possible and as fast as possible for these models to get deployed, to kind of accelerate time to value, right?
No, absolutely makes sense. AM.
I was going to say another thing that's, I think, top of mind for a lot of people is, in addition to agentic, people are thinking multimodal, right?
Absolutely,
AI as well.
Sure.
How does Nemotron address multimodal use cases?
So it does have multimodal capabilities to be able to take in different types of inputs, different types of data. So, it does have that capability in its current form, and it's something we're always looking to enhance as we move forward, right? Whether that's video, images, audio, PDFs, what have you, as a way to kind of take all these things, for instance, and if you wanted to generate, say, like a report, sort of say, I'm going to give you all this content. I want you to generate for me, say, a 10-page white paper or ebook or what have you that takes this information and lays it out in a way that sort of essentially tells a story.
Okay, great. I love using a lot of models for this as well. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on how Nemotron works with this, but generating synthetic data, right? Something that is very time-consuming in the past. You see a lot of people using Nemotron for that as well.
As well, that's another, and again, the synthetic data, which can in turn then be used as a way to then train kind of the next model or to do a fine-tuning training run where you might even take, it would sort of be a bit of a circular process, but you could generate that synthetic data and then feed that back in as a part of a fine-tuning to give the model essentially additional domain knowledge of a given domain area based on that data that you generated.
I love it. So, what do you want to tell everybody out there watching right now to get started, right? What would you suggest is a good starting place for working with Nemotron?
Well, a way to kind of dip your toes in the water is to go to build.nvidia.com and just try the model out. You can basically run some queries as Rohil just demonstrated and just get a sense of, how the model works, what its capabilities are. And then there's also ai.nvidia.com. Which is another developer resource website we have where you can also play with, I believe, it at the API level. And then, of course, as you come over to the AWS environment, as Rohil pointed out, it's available in Bedrock, it's available from SageMaker, it's available in the marketplace. So it's readily available to start, playing with in the AWS environment once you sort of had a chance to maybe familiarize yourself a little bit on, say, build.nvidia.com.
Very nice. Yeah, and Rohil also mentioned that wonderful blog post as well. Do you have any other resources, reference applications, things like that? That's one of the areas that I'll go grab, some code so I can get started faster.
Well, so generally speaking, developer.nvidia.com is a great resource where we're constantly posting new information, blogs, how-tos, how to take these technologies and put them to work. Of course, we have lots of documentation, and then we also have a significant presence on GitHub. Where you can be grabbing a lot of the work that we do for the open source community and then put that to work as well.
Very nice.
Yeah, and if I could just add to that, we also have the NVIDIA AI blueprints that you can deploy on AWS. And these blueprints are pre-configured reference architectures and workflows that are designed for specific use cases, such as customer service agents, deep research agents, data analytics agents. And they come pre-configured with all the models set up and all of the different ancillary services that you need so that you can go and customize it for your own use case.
That sounds like a fantastic starting point for anybody out there curious with going out and getting started. Gentlemen, thank you so much for spending time with us today. AM, thank you for hanging out with us today.
Even though I screamed at you?
Even though you screamed at me more than my own kids do. And I know they're watching, so hey, kids. But enough about that. We want you to stay tuned with us. We got a lot more exciting content coming your way. I'm probably going to be here for another little while. Hopefully you are too. So stick with us and we'll be right back.